7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
He has a lot of problems.
Struggle to be top 5 in points at the end of the season.
Wow.
When you bleach your hair, you're a sellout.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Moto Aftermath Show, the stupidest motocross podcast on the internet. This is episode 324 here, and this is in typical Moto Aftermath Show fashion, just a nightmare going on right now. Everybody's got personal stuff going on. It's so cold here in Michigan. I'm floundering around here trying to even get a show together here, because this is absolute insanity, but we're making it happen here. So thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks to all our members who are watching. If you guys want to watch this absolute disaster of a motocross podcast happen every week live and be able to chat with me in the chat, go ahead, hit that members area. You can join for as little as 99 cents a month, which is absolutely nothing. I know you all got that in your couch cushions, so make sure to go get that 99 cents. Hit the members area so that way you could be here watching this shit show unfold live on a Sunday evening. Like I said, Justin's got some personal stuff going on. Cole's on his way back from a indoor track. He's actually going to be calling in a little bit here, but he had to finish getting home, get his dog picked up, that kind of stuff. Eric was supposed to be on tonight. He's got some personal stuff going on, so he couldn't make it on. I tried calling Kev. We're really, this is just, like I said, it's been a disaster here in the last 3 hours, and this is the kind of stuff that happens that nobody sees behind the scenes, but we deal with. So with that being said, I'd like to thank all the sponsors that are on board with us here. Nano Extreme, Adept Creative Co., Alias MX, Complete Racing Solutions, Pro Flo Racing, Worx, TLR Coatings, all on board with us. And on the phone with me, I have a gentleman who was at the race last night. He's been a longtime fan, longtime contributor to the show. It's Mr. Issac Gonzales. Isaac, what's up, buddy?
Hello, everybody. Good to be back.
Dude.
After years now.
Yeah, dude, your picture, like, I don't know how you guys get these pictures to show up on my phone here of yourselves. Like, yours isn't quite as intense as Kev's is. Kev's is like, he's staring into my soul. Yours is like you're about to drop a hip-hop album with you standing in front of some building somewhere in a river. I don't know.
It is the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, Japan.
Okay. Well, it looks like you're about to drop a hard hip-hop album here, bud.
Hey, I'm going to change that here soon. To one of...
That's okay. I mean, it's not a bad picture. I'm just saying.
You could just drop a hip-hop album.
I don't know how you guys do this. I don't know if does mine show up? Do I have a picture that shows up with mine?
No, just whatever I put on it, which was just the Moto Aftermath Show logo.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, so you were at San Diego last night, which is awesome. You know, I mean, I'm sorry that you live in a communist country. That's real unfortunate. Like, the weather there is great, but, you know, it's whatever. But at least you get to go to the races out there, so that's cool. So yeah, you were texting me a little bit earlier saying some things that you had kind of seen that weren't on the broadcast necessarily. So let's start with some of that, and then we'll go from there talking about some things.
Okay. First off, weather out here is absolutely bitchin'. It was so nice last night. I like these earlier races just for the fact that you don't get out of the stadium at 10 o'clock at night. So, like, most of the stuff around the area is still open, stuff like that. Racing-wise, yeah, that was that one of the all-time races of all time, do you think?
It was really good, man. It was really, really good. I know you had said in our text conversation, like, you didn't feel like the broadcast did that battle justice, but dude, I don't know, man. I was pretty revved up watching that battle. Like,
oh, yeah.
It was pretty good.
I was not hesitant, but my heart rate was through the roof. In all my years of going to races, I've never seen Ken Roxon win a race, so I was praying that he was going to hold it. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever see it. I I think this is like the last year of those two being good. So once Jet comes back, 17-0 in 2027.
Look, man, I said this last night. I don't know if it was just in text conversations or if I said it on the reaction show. Hunter's building here in Supercross, right? He's becoming a Supercross guy. Last week he got through the race with a decent result, which is cool. This week, obviously, we started to see the Hunter Lawrence that we've seen in outdoors and SMX and stuff. And if he continues to build here, not get hurt, and be able to run the pace with those fast guys there, when his brother comes back, I believe they are all in trouble, and we're all in trouble of having a very boring top two steps of the podium. Because I really, really believe that Hunter rides better when Jet is there, and he can chase Jet a little bit. And if he's already at that level where he's proving that he can run and be a podium guy in the 450 Supercross class, you add Jet in there, who we all know what Jet can do. I mean, in my mind, it's game over. Absolute game over.
Yeah.
So,
dude, 2-3 laps to go. I did not think Eli was going to win that race at all. I thought for sure Hunter was going to get him.
yeah, there was so many different. I mean, there was a point that I was like, okay, Ken's making a comeback. Okay, Hunter's going. Okay, never mind. Eli's pulling back. I mean, I was a ball of emotion. There was a point that I was like, dude, Chase is going to rip through everybody and win this race. Like, it's going to be insane.
Me too. And I think he kind of settled in there mid-race.
Yeah, there was definitely a point, because I had in my notes, there was a point that Chase was coming. He was coming like a freight train, and he was in like 4th or 5th or something. And then all of a sudden it was like, nope, 6 seconds, nope, 6 seconds, nope, 8 seconds. And I was like, oh no, now he's starting to just kind of settle. That's a bummer.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? Sorry, I haven't been on one of these things in a long time.
That's okay. That's okay. Look, we're doing great right now.
The one thing that I told you over text, and I didn't even realize it, I was scrolling Twitter today, and somebody said, oh yeah, Anderson got 13th place. And I believe, I don't remember who he was around, but I remember seeing him around the 5 to 8 spot, battling up there. And then when I saw he got 13th, or whatever he did, I remembered I saw him in the tough box at one point, and it's my suspicion that Aaron Plessinger put him there.
Let's see here. Where did he get? Because I don't think he actually got 13th here. I believe he got, because Prado was 13th.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Anderson was 11th. Anderson came back to 11th there. So
yeah, but he was up there battling in the beginning, and then, like I said, after the mechanics area, I look over and he's in the tough blocks. So
yeah,
I assume I'm thinking Plessinger put him there because that's kind of who he was around. There was just so much stuff going on last night on that whole track between the battle up front, and I got to give credit to Hunter Lawrence for sticking with that battle as well, because once Kenny and Eli kind of got around him, I was thinking they were going to drop him, and they didn't drop him. He stayed right there, and he was one patient move away from winning that whole race.
Yeah. I'm with you. I thought they would run away from him.
Yeah. And I think if Hunter doesn't try the move that he did on Eli in that corner, he probably gets him.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of.
Oh, you there?
I'm here.
I
can hear you.
Yeah, him kind of bombing in there and then going, oh whoops, yeah, killed the momentum, and that was it. If he'd have waited till the switchbacks there at the end of the stadium, I think he might have been able to get him then right before the finish, but oh well.
Now, I don't think he makes a move like Degan did, but I think he makes something similar.
Yeah.
Degan's move was straight bullshit. I'm just gonna put that right now.
Okay, all right. You want to go down that road here? Okay.
go down that road?
I mean, we can go down that road. I've been in the comments all afternoon here arguing with people because, you know, it's, oh, Sexton did the same thing to Webb, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, Levi did the same thing to Anstie, blah, blah, blah. Look, dude, here's the, I've been saying it and I'll continue to say it, man. You can't have that many enemies. And I don't know if you've listened to the press conference yet.
I had to listen to Max Anstie's part of that, and yeah, he kind of puts it out there that I was ready to let him by and didn't expect that.
I mean, Anstie pulled up. That's all there was to it. Anstie pulled up, and Deegs, like, slid that rear wheel in there. Now, look, I will give Deegs the benefit of the doubt. Whether he meant it or not, it happened, okay? Even if he didn't mean to do it, whatever, okay, fine. But the problem is, bro, is you did it. And as I've been telling people in comments all day, you say, oh, well, that saying doesn't actually ring true. Like, it doesn't really matter if you have friends or not to win titles. And I've made two different comments to this. I said, well, number one, I would have you see St. Louis SMX and watch Levi Kitchen torpedo him because he's now in 2 races made 2 new enemies. So that's number one. Number two, I would ask Eli Tomac a la Las Vegas 2017 how much you needed friends to win a title.
Exactly.
So, yeah, those are 2 prime examples that I will point to that then not only did Eli not win that title, Degan also didn't win that SMX title. So, and I mean, you'll have to go listen to the press conference thing or the whatever, the corral or whatever they're calling it now after this. Yeah. They asked McAdoo in that point blank, like, hey, how do you feel about that move by Degan last week? Which I was on the side of Degan. I feel like got a little cross-rutted going through that section, and that's what really threw him into McAdoo. I don't really feel like he cross-jumped McAdoo that hard. But I will tell you, if you listen to McAdoo's answer, that is not how McAdoo feels. So add that guy to the list of guys that are definitely not pulling over, not making his life easy, not anything. So
yeah, and like I've been watching a lot of races from Carmichael's era.
Okay.
Carmichael, I feel, had a lot of friends to where if he got bad, well, him and Stu were on a different level back in those days, but I feel like if he got a bad start, there was nobody really getting in his way on purpose or shit like that. So like, but once again, they were on a different level. So, and their starts were incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. Like, what do you think? I'll ask you this since I'm here. So I started thinking about the Cole Davies move last year in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think was worse, that one or this one? Since they're both his teammates.
I think this one was worse. The Cole Davies thing, like, wasn't cool, but it definitely, like, it was just, I don't know, it was just a little different thing. This one here was like, dude, Max pulled up to let you by. And, like, yes, Max does now have 20/20 vision, and I've heard this in multiple interviews from him of he's like, I should have just rode the fucking berm around. He's like, I was trying to kind of cut back underneath or whatever. He goes, but if I'd have just rode the berm around, that wouldn't have happened. However, I mean, dude, it's clear as day. To someone like me, who, let me just be very clear to everyone in the comments, I have not won any professional Supercross or motocross titles. Let's just put that out there. But it's very clear to me that Max Anstie pulled up to the top of that berm to say, okay, dude, go ahead. You're faster. No problem. I'll take a second. Like, no big deal. We'll race this thing out. And you had to go up there and basically get yourself as close, which, again, no problem with that. But the problem is you slid that wheel, bro. And, like, I know what I could do on a dirt bike or even a street bike for that matter as far as sliding a wheel into someone, and I cannot ride even a single percentage as good as Hayden Deegan. So to say that he had no idea that he was going to slide it into him like that is a BS thing. So, and again, I don't care whether you meant to do it or not, man, and you can go out there and say, I didn't mean to do it, I didn't mean to do it, I didn't mean to do it, and you can go to Max and you can apologize to Max and all of this stuff. Guess what? That's not the way Max sees it. Max sees it as, dude, I pulled up for you, and you didn't just go by. You had to make contact. So guess what? it's coming back. And as Max has said in multiple interviews too, like his starts are on point. Max is hole shotting races. Doesn't matter if it's a heat, main, whatever. Max is hole shotting races. Degan's starts are not on point. And if you don't think Max isn't a crafty veteran who can go, okay, cool, man, you want to play these games? Like, I don't really want to play this game, but trust me, I know how to let you by, and I'll fucking blast you after that. Like, that'll happen. Like, that'll happen. This is one of those things where we talk about the dichotomy of this class, where it used to be such a young man's feeder series, whatever, and then the men would go to the 450 class, which isn't the way it is anymore. Everybody knows this. Everybody talks about it. Even the riders are talking about it at this point. Max is a man. Max has a child. Max has a wife. Max has a family. These men don't play around, dude. They're not here to play games like that. They're here to win races and win championships. And so, again, whether you meant to do it or not here, brother, you did it, man. You effing did it. Just like the McAdoo thing last week. Whether you meant to jump over and make him crash or not, you did it, man. You absolutely did it. So...
yeah.
You're again, and because of your actions, because of the way that you have carried yourself since you've gone pro, this is what's happened here. Is you've now created this bravado, created this image of yourself that people are like, dude, F that guy. And then again, like I said, I will show you Levi Kitchen, St. Louis SMX last year, because again, was there anything Degan could do about that? No, because Kitchen went across 4 ruts and just plowed your ass. And if you think that you're going to continue to do this to guys like this and that's not going to happen again, boy, I can't wait for you. I mean, we saw this in World Supercross. I don't know if you watched those. Yeah. Do you remember when, I can't remember what race, it was the second one. It wasn't even Argentina. It was the second one. It was Australia when Anderson was behind him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all he could do was stare back at him and just pray that Anderson wasn't going to get to him, because Anderson was coming for him. And I was ready for it. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome, because he's going to finally see what the big boys are like. So, and again, I respect the kid. He's a hell of a rider, great racer. He's won he's won 3 titles so far. I'm totally, he's going to be great. He's going to be battling up there. But again, when you're doing this bravado and carrying yourself this way and riding in the ways you're riding, dude, there's only, I mean, ask Cooper Webb how that worked out for him with Eli Tomac in Daytona, 2000, whatever that was. Was that 17 also?
18, because that would have been the same day that Brayton won.
Yes. And Eli Tomac went up, put him on the other side of the berm, and looked at him and told him, welcome to the 450 class, kid. Yep.
Cooper wins the title next year. Hilarious.
Yep. But still, that's like, you don't get to fuck around with these grown men. Like, it ain't going to work, dude. It just isn't going to work. It isn't going to work. They don't care. They have families, and they would rather take you out than have food taken off their plate. So.
Exactly. And I was really hoping after Vegas last year, the bullshit that he was doing to Joe, I was hoping he learned from that. But then the WSX stuff, it was very clear he didn't learn from that. And I don't understand why he can't just say, okay, I'm faster than all you guys. See you later.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't know why he needs to play these games, but I don't know, I'm getting worked up.
Yeah, it's just a thing of, and I just put this in the chat here to David. What's up, David? Thanks for watching. Because David said I sound soft, and it's like, it's not soft. It's like, you just have to be smarter than that. Like, dude, he is better than Anstie, okay? He, like, no questions asked. He's better. He's faster. Like, yeah, these dudes, like Anstie and Levi, especially if Levi could ever buy himself a start, they definitely have speed to go with him. But, like, dude, Deegs is faster. You're going to ask me any day of the week, Deegs is faster than these guys. But again, this is just a smart play. You can't be a wrecking ball out there. You have to play it smarter. Now, again, I'm here for it. Please be a wrecking ball, because this gives me just endless hours to talk about you with literally everyone. But, like, if you want me to analyze this, which is what we're here to do, is to analyze the race, then like, yeah, dude, you can't do that kind of stuff and think you're still going to win a title. I mean, it's going to give me, because what's going to happen is somebody's going to T-bone you and it's going to hurt you. And then I don't have stuff to talk about because you're hurt. So please don't do that because I need to talk about shit. So
Yeah. And please, Hayden, I know you're not listening, but please keep doing this so we can, so Moto Aftermath Show can get 1 million subscribers.
yeah, that's what we're going for. I mean, I don't think that's going to work, but you know, people
No.
seem to keep watching. So whatever. All right. What else? Let's talk about a couple more things here and then we'll let you go since you've filled in for us here for 20 minutes now.
Sexton and Webb, did they show a good angle of that takeout?
I don't think I've seen it. The best angle I saw was like a Vital MX picture slideshow. So shout out to Michael Lindsay, probably that was him for getting that. But like, that's the best thing I've seen. I don't think I've seen an actual video of it yet.
My dad caught the whole thing, and I caught the tail end of it. And the only thing that it reminded me of, back Anaheim 1 2016, Trey Kennard did something very similar to Ryan Dungey. Just run him up to the top of the berm till he's got nowhere to go. That's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, or if anyone listening to this remembers that.
Now you're saying that. Now I think I did see a video of Sexton and Webb there, and yeah, that was kind of what I remember saying last night when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, you just ran him out of room, dude. Like,
yeah,
wasn't really necessarily a whole lot of contact. There wasn't really like that was. And me and David are arguing in the chat right now. It was. I mean, that was racing.
That was racing.
Like, I don't know, way worse. That was just racing, man. Slid his back tire into Webb's front tire. Go back and look at the video. David, I'll go back and look at the video later. All right. We'll see what Cole says. I'm sure Cole's gonna flop around like a waffle. Anyway.
And all these people comparing that move to Degan's move on Anstie, shut up. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, David, shut up.
Shut up and move on.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a difference, and this is what happens when you create the character that Degan's created for himself versus someone like Chase Sexton. Like, Sexton did that, and he's like, cool, making the pass, moving on, you know, whatever. Yes, went up, made contact, whatever. Really high. But it's just what it is there. You know, it just doesn't carry the same thing as the Degan stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. That was just a lot. How about the Club MX boys running 1-2?
Sick. Super sick.
That was awesome.
Very excited to see it. Very excited to see it. That was, see them 1 and 2 there. I actually thought Yoder was going to get that win. Obviously didn't, but, you know, for having a blown out knee there, very, very cool. So.
And I feel good about that one, too, because during the day I took my mom to show her Volan's brake setup, and I was explaining it to her. Yeah. How he have feeling in his foot, whatever. He uses the brake up there, and I was showing her it, and then he comes out and wins that heat race. I'm like, yeah, I look really good right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. No, that's it's exciting to see that team actually doing something there. So.
Yeah, and then last thing that I have here, if I had brown stuff in my pants watching Chance Hymas do what he did, I can't. His pants looked like at the end of that race.
Have you seen the video? And so when he did that, clicked up 2 shifts to not go over the bars, which is insane.
Yeah, and in person after that happened, you could tell he kind of switched to, okay, let's just get through this. It definitely scared him. Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, that would scare me, too. You seat bounce something that hard because, let's face it, that was a big 3 there that they were doing. And those 250s were really having to seat bounce that to get over. Like, the 450s were having to try, but it was not the same as the 250s. And, yeah, dude, that was real close to Indonesia there. Like, real close. But, man, dude, the wherewithal to just click up 2 shifts there blows my mind. Because I wouldn't do that. I'd have been over the bars and dead. Plain and simple. I'd have died right there in the middle of the track in San Diego in front of 40,000 people. That would have been game over. Put the tombstone in the middle of the stadium. Call it a day. There you go. Or outline. You know how they do the police.
Yeah. Chalk outline. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Do that. No, one more thing though before I go.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Do you think Levi is actually gonna win a race this year?
Dude, I don't know. Is he gonna stay up through the first corner?
I know, man.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't have any idea, dude. That dude's on struggle bus city right now, and it's
Yeah.
not panic button mode yet, but it's getting close.
Yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. And how about Prado flinching on the gate and completely getting chased there?
That was good too. That was really good.
And then I think that's about it for me
Cool.
as far as but man, do you think Eli's gonna retire after this year if he wins his title?
Brother, I don't have any idea. If he continues to win here, I think he just keeps riding, dude. I think, to be honest, I think with him it's going to be he's going to race and race and race and race. And then one day in the middle of the season, he's going to have a race where he's just going to go, I ain't got it no more. And that'll be the last time we see him. It'll literally be, I think, like a mid-season thing.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think it's literally with him, and from the understandings I have of how his brain kind of works from the few people that talk about it and whatever, I literally think there's going to be one day he's going to get on that bike, he's going to go ride a main event, he's going to go, I ain't got it, and that's going to be it.
Dang. That's going to be a sad day for me.
Yep. No announcement, no nothing, just the next week. Well, there will be, because the next week he won't show up to the race, and it'll be like, oh, Eli Tomac has decided to call it quits, you know, however many wins and whatever he's got. But yeah, but it'll be because upstairs he'll go, yep, I ain't got it no more. And that'll be it.
Kind of like a Kevin Windham situation.
Yeah, almost. Yep.
Yeah, I remember Kevin back in the day, he watched Martin. I remember this crash very vividly. I was watching it. He watched Martin Davalos go over the bars into the berm, watched that and said, yeah, no, I'm done.
Yeah, that was his retirement thing. If he didn't go out for like, I think he went out for first practice or something, then came in, like saw that, was just like, yep, I'm done.
Yeah, he watched Davalos obliterate himself in Phoenix, came out Anaheim 2, rode a practice, said, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
I see Tomac doing very similar things. Very, very similar. So
who knows? Maybe it's Degan going over the berm like that, and Tomac says, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, who knows? So
as you can tell, I'm not a Degan fan.
Yeah, whatever. We're all haters if we don't suck his dick, so whatever. It's not a big deal.
Exactly.
So anyway, all right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on, filling in here for this disaster of a show I got going on. Thank you for doing that. Really appreciate it. Thank you for sending me a couple clips from yesterday, too. Appreciate that also.
Absolutely. And can't wait to see you out for my 15th San Diego Supercross. You're coming with me. 2029.
Well, man, if we can bring that place back from the communist depths it is right now, then maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but, you never know.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But, all right, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Take it easy.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Good to see
you. Issac Gonzales, everybody. Yeah, thanks for clapping, Seth. In studio here. Hey, thanks everybody who's watching, all the members here live streaming. Guys, make sure to join the members area there. We're in the TLR Coatings studios. I don't know that I have a TLR Coatings tinfoil hat for this week, but if you guys need some custom powder coating or Cerakoting done, or you guys want to buy some custom tools, make sure to check out TLRcoatings.com. And for all that kind of stuff, we got these, well, I guess we can't really see them over here. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. Stop. It's okay. We got custom Milwaukee fastbacks. So if you're a Milwaukee guy and you've seen those with the custom colors, we do a bunch of different ones of those. They're on the website. Also, thanks to Complete Racing Solutions for being on board here. We're not doing segments like we normally do because this show's so discombobulated. Again, the stupidest motocross show on the internet right now. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to talk about the sponsors. But Complete Racing Solutions, if you want to be a performance coach there, you can join their Performance Academy, which is up now on CompleteRacingSolutions.com. And within 2 years, you will have your certification there through Complete Racing Solutions. And then they can place you at one of their facilities or whatever to do training, nutrition, all that kind of good stuff. So if you want all the information on that and not the brief overview that I just throw together here, because again, I read all this stuff I've got some notes. I'm terrible at this. Stupidest podcast on the internet. Don't forget that. Make sure to check out CompleteRacingSolutions.com. There's going to be a link in the description down below. Now let's call up our good buddy here, usual co-host Cole Yuggeti, and get him on. See if we can get a nano extreme painful take out of this guy. David, I'm sure Webb is not pumped on the move that Sexton pulled on him yesterday either. Like, I'm sure that's a thing. But, again, different scenario. You there?
Yellow.
What's up, buddy? Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, just picked up the pooch. Long weekend.
B-52 hanger, huh?
B-52 hanger. I'm ready for East Coast Supercross.
Hell yeah. How was it? Is it great? How far is that?
It was like 4 hours, a little bit of a hike, but we had to go out of the way a little bit to pick up Mr. Denver.
Oh God.
Rigsby.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was one of those weekends.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So big controversy here. We'll fire off with this. Which is worse? The Degan on Anstie crime or the Sexton
Degan
on Webb
crime? You don't even have to go anywhere else.
Okay, cool. See, David, you're still wrong. So suck it. David's over here trying to convince me that the Sexton on Webb crime is way worse, or the same, whatever. And it's just because we don't like Degan that's why the Degan one's worse. But go ahead. Me and Isaac. So we didn't talk to Kev. We had Isaac on. Isaac was actually at the race last night. And Isaac shares the same sentiment of what up, Dreadful RX. Thanks for joining us, bud. Isaac shares the same sentiment of the Degan one is worse. So go ahead and let's hear your take on this Degan move.
Well, yeah. So I've been arguing with people on X about this exact thing.
You mean like the guy who said that we were gay?
Oh, you look in there?
Somebody, actually, I think Isaac sent it to me.
Oh, I didn't even look. But, so here's my deal on it. Everybody is like, oh, well, what about Sexton? What about Kitchen's pass? Blah, 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 blah. Sexton's situation, first off, Sexton isn't known for riding like that. Two, Sexton was coming through the pack and moving forward and had no choice but to go forward. If we go to Anstie and Degan, they're both battling for the lead with 11, 12 minutes left. Clearly he's faster. Clearly he could pass him and pull away. And clearly Anstie knew that and pulled up out of the way. And he still veered a little right and made it a point to make contact.
Yep.
And if you want to keep going with it and talk about maybe Kitchen and Anstie, Kitchen put a hard pass on Anstie, but he didn't swing the ass end into him and put him on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
no, man, I've been going at it in the comments because again, every Degan nut hugger is in there telling me how much of an idiot I am and all this stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the other thing they keep telling me, because I said it in the reaction show, is just like, dude, you can't have this many enemies. Like you just can't have this many enemies and think that you're going to continue to like just consistently win races and championships. And they're like, you're such an idiot. He's been doing it, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, I will show you St. Louis SMX last year. Tell me how the fuck that worked. Like, do you see when an enemy happens? He goes across 4 fucking ruts and just T-bones your ass. Like, sorry, that ain't going to work.
He didn't own it, he was a little weak on that. Kitchen didn't own it. He tried to say he was being more aggressive. No, you weren't trying to be more aggressive. You wanted to clean that dude's shit.
Yep, exactly. And I don't know, did you listen to the little press scrum thing afterwards? Because somebody straight up asked McAdoo what he thought about Degan's little cross jump on him last week. And
really?
Oh yeah. And let me just tell you this: McAdoo was not a fan. His response was, I'm glad I'm not hurt, and that's all I have to say about that. So
obviously he wasn't very impressed.
Nope. And again, I was giving Degan a pass on that last week. I thought he got cross-rutted. So
I was
like,
giving him a pass on that too, and then if you want to go one step further, you know, the Rider D finger guns. I'm on record saying I was not a fan of that. That was dumb. But obviously it was living in Degan's head. He had to stop after the race and do a finger gun. And Whiskey Throttle or somebody asked him about it. He was like, "Hey, you know, what's up with that finger gun?" And he goes, "Yeah, some Husky rider that got 4th last week. He finger gunned me and I just laughed."
yeah.
I'm like, and to me, Rider D is not a threat to you. Why do you even care?
Uh-huh. Because he's Hayden Deegan. And this is the image he's created of the bad boy, the I don't give an F, I'm gonna move / take anybody out I need to who's in my way to win stuff. And like I said, it'll work for a while. I mean, Anstie, I don't know how many of the
it'll work for a little bit, but Anstie, I mean, this is the first time. It's just gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, in my opinion, because everybody else hasn't had experience with this, and he's basically picking fights with people that, I don't want to say nobodies, but just don't have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
That are pretty fresh to the class, young.
Yep.
Etc. Etc.
Yep.
Now you've got a mature 40-year-old man that's still in the 250 class.
Uh-huh.
You know, that kind of deal. But it's going to be a different dynamic, and when you're older like that, and you're putting food on the plate for your families, you're not taking shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I haven't let me just clear this air here. I've already cleared it once, but let me just clear this again because I got called out for this too in the comments today. I haven't won any Supercross or Motocross championships per se. But let me tell you what, when a punk kid comes in and he thinks he's going to be the guy with something there, and that involves taking food / money off the plate for me, for my family, for my wife and my children, yeah, dude, that ain't gonna happen. You're not just gonna scroll through and do that, bro. Like, sorry, you got some old man strength coming your way that ain't gonna necessarily work well for you. So,
yeah, 100%. Like, it's just gonna be a different dynamic. It's gonna be really interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and I mean, Anstie's
this one's gonna be a little bit of a different animal.
Yeah.
But what I've seen so far, I mean, I don't think Anstie can run the speed. I hate to say that, but I don't think Anstie can run with him.
No, but here's the one thing Anstie can do, and like I said, I keep pointing this out on all my different stupid shows right now. Anstie can get starts. Anstie's whole-shotting fake starts. Anstie's whole-shotting heat races. Anstie's whole-shotting main events, which means you're going to have to come through him. And do you think Anstie doesn't have the wherewithal to know where you are behind him? And do you think Anstie's going to pull up in a bull corner like that again to try to let you go by? Because that's not what's going to happen. He's going to pull up before the corner and then blast you. Like, there's zero chance that he doesn't do that if push comes to shove here. Like,
yeah, he'll figure something out, man. And the thing about his starts is his starts are consistent.
Yep. Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now, you can't, if you're a betting man, you can't bet on Hayden to have a good start.
No. And the thing is like, I mean, dude, Hayden is probably, like, I'm just going to say Hayden's the best rider in the 250 West right now. Like, hands down, he is. But his starts are inconsistent, and he's just got some little things to clean up here before I think he would be just grade A. He's like a B+, A-, whatever you want to say right now. But for him to get to grade A, he's gotta clean up these little things, like starts and stuff. If you were to tell me, like, if I had watched and Degan's getting, you know, top 3 starts every single race here in these first 2, then I go, okay, cool. Like, no one's really got anything for him. He's going to be able to continue to do this kind of crap. And unless he gets absolutely clobbered, which still could happen, you know, whatever. However, he doesn't. Like, last week, he came from the back. He got an absolute shit start. And, like, it was better this week. It was, you know, top 5, top 4, whatever start there. So, like, that's better. But, like, he's been known to get shit starts in Supercross. So, I don't know.
He's going to have to come through, you know, say he gets a shit start. He's going to have to pass Rider D.
Yep.
There's already bad blood there.
Yep.
Even if the cross jump wasn't intentional, whatever, McAdoo's not thrilled.
Yep.
Obviously, Kitchen's not thrilled.
Nope. And
Yeah,
I'm so tired of
so-
the people. Well, I saw him in Kitchen talking here, talking there. Yeah, dude, all these dudes are still cordial to each other. Look, bro, Ricky and Chad on the podium would still at least say hello to
Yeah.
each other.
They all respect each other.
Yeah, but
They
that
don't
doesn't mean
respect
they
him.
don't fucking hate each other, because they do. Trust me, they do. And none of these
100%.
guys like these dudes, or like Degan. And the problem is that when he gets to the 450 class, it's even worse, because the two best 450 riders out there don't like the kid.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, enough Degan talk. Everybody's probably sick of it, but I just, it drives me nuts. Like the comments just make my brain bleed.
dude.
Some of the stuff that people are saying, like they're the same guy that's always like, well, have you ever made a Supercross, man, or have you done Supercross? Blah blah blah. Are the ones saying the stupidest shit.
Yeah, it's
like,
just,
have you ever even ridden a dirt bike? Have you ever raced?
yeah. Is your dog trying to talk? Does he want to be on the podcast?
Yeah, you want to ask him a question? Hey, Monk, what do you think of Degan? Hey, tell me about Degan real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Ansie's gonna put it to him? Yeah. Okay.
I agree. Smart dog. Huskies are smart
he's
dogs.
Smart. He is smart.
All right. Let's move on from that here. Let's continue, I guess, a little bit on 250s here. Have you seen the video of Hymus almost going to Indonesia there and upshifting twice so he doesn't?
Yeah, I did see that.
Insanity.
Like the presence of mind to do that, if that's really what was going through his mind, is very, very impressive.
It has to be, dude. There's no other reason he would have been upshifting there.
Yeah, like that's some heads up riding right there. Like that, as you would like to say, blew my wig back when I saw that slow down. So
Yeah.
last night we were all sitting in the hotel room and watching the race, and I didn't really get to study it or analyze it as much as like sometimes I usually do. So I'm probably gonna rewatch it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing that, 2-3 feet shorter, he would have been probably sleeping.
Yeah, dude,
And,
I cannot believe the upshift thing. I was telling Isaac, I was like, if that's me, I'm going to Indonesia. I'm dead right there. Put the tombstone in the middle of the stadium, like game over, because there's no way. I'm thinking like, you know what? If I upshift twice, I can rev out farther, and that'll keep me from going over.
Well, not shifting up once, but twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just grabbing gears, just drag racing through the air. just letting that thing. He was letting that bike bark.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
Barker in it.
Hey, so what's going on with your guy Kitch, dude?
My guy, what do you mean?
Dude, Kawasaki brothers, like what's going on with your guy Kitch there, dude?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I missed the first half of the main. I did see the second half. So I'm gonna go on a little bit of a different road here on like what my situation was watching the race last night. So we stayed at a hotel without a smart TV, so we were freaking out a little bit. So we just had this genius idea of let's watch the race from the hot tub. But if we're watching the race from the hot tub, we should have a TV. So I get on DoorDash, and I DoorDash the TV to the hotel room.
You are shit. I cannot wait to tell my wife this story. Holy shit.
So
Please continue.
I DoorDashed a TV to the hotel room, and they brought the receipt. So we figured we were just going to take this TV down to the hot tub. We were going to plug it in, bought an extension cord even, and figured we were just going to hot tub chill and watch the main. We were sore from riding, the whole deal. But anyway, I ended up missing the first part of the main because we come down the elevator and we don't even get 1 foot into the pool room, and here comes the hotel person. Hey, you guys need to take that TV back upstairs. So
I can't.
So I DoorDashed this TV for no reason, but I do have the receipt, so I am gonna take it back. But that's how dedicated to the game we were.
I cannot believe they wouldn't let you take it in there.
Something about electronics and in the pool room. Like, I get it.
So I can't take my phone in there. Like, that's fucking gay.
And dude, it was just, there's some stories. I'm blowing Denver out here, but shortly after we're in the room, race is over. Denver leaves. He went down to get some snacks or something. Fire alarm starts going off.
Oh, it's awesome.
So I'm sitting in the lobby, and here come the firefighters, all that, and they're like, yeah, the smoke detector went off on the elevator and somewhere on the second floor. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I was like, I bet you he had a vape. And I bet he was vaping and blew the smoke in the air and it set the alarm off. Sure shit, dude. Sure shit.
That's awesome.
So anyway, I missed the start of the main.
Jesus. Oh man, yeah. Well,
So
you
what happened? Fill me in.
he went down. He went down in literally the first turn again. Same thing. He's been hanging out with Sexton too much. Pushed the front. Went down again. Had to come from the back.
Maybe, yeah, weird. He's riding Sexton's 450.
Yeah. That's a whole can of worms we'll get into here after we get through some.
I do want to get into that because I got some.
We will.
Thoughts on that.
After we get through the 250 stuff here. Yeah, so he went down the first turn, had to come through, whatever. And again, I just am like, man, can he buy a start? Can he actually get a start and run up front? Because like, I think he's fast enough. I think both him and Anstie are fast enough to have something for Degan. Degan's still 1A, but they're like 1B, 1C. But again, if Kitchen can't get a start and be up front and not have to come through the entire field, it ain't gonna work.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I mean, he's got. I mean, in practice, I thought that was good. You know that's gonna get in Degan's head a little bit. You're slower than the guy you want to beat, and you have that track at your house that you've just been pounding laps on all off season. I mean, I don't care what you say, that's an advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the transitions might be a little different on race day. The dirt may be a little bit different on race day, but you can close your eyes and see that track.
I don't know. I think Dirtworks built it, but
yeah, Dirtworks built it.
So the transitions are probably pretty close to the same. I don't know.
Yeah, just depending on moisture and stuff like that, but still.
Anything else from the 250 class last night? Because like Mosman is being very consistent and non-Mosman like at this point. So Michael Motorcycle here is really like he's just putting in rides, bro. So like that's cool, but like outside of that, there really isn't. I mean, Club MX guys running 1-2, winning the heat there. That was cool.
Cool.
But outside of that, like 250 class, man, there just isn't a ton going on there in 250 West once you get past the battle for the title, basically, at this point. So,
yeah, there's not a ton to shake a snake at, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, all right, let's transition to 450s here, and let's start with your guy, Green Machine.
My guy.
Yeah, Green Machine there, buddy.
You're not even running down the. You're doing.
Nah, man, dude,
You're
this
freestyling.
this show is such a shit show tonight. Nah, dude, I'm out. We're just talking here. This will go however long it goes here, and we're just talking. I do have a couple things that I had for.
Well, hey, people might like this better. You're just shooting questions at me. We're answering. Like, I kind of like it.
Well, okay, we can start running some stuff here, but anyway, yeah. So Sexton. I'll start with this. Bike looked good. Really appreciated the throwback look on the bike. That was cool.
Ooh, yeah. Did you see the jacket I rode in?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Ooh, I rode in that bad boy.
Jesus.
That thing's sick, huh?
God. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen it. You've worn it to the show.
Oh yeah.
So.
That thing just went up in value, a couple bucks.
Yeah, sure.
What should I start the bidding at?
At least 3,000 now.
$3,000 for that jacket, dude.
There you go.
I'm in. Somebody better call me up.
Okay. Level of panic that he did a wholesale suspension change this week.
Yeah, that was definitely a little concerning for me. but it worked. Obviously, he was confident in it, and I don't know. I guess here's how I look at it. I don't think any team has ever been 100% like, hey, this is what you think working for you, then like, hey, let's try it. I think it's always Chase come to the table with something, and they're like, we can do a little bit of that, but not the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think in this case, which is very not Kawasaki-ish from what we've seen in history, they literally were like, okay, you think that works for you? Then let's do it. Which is always, like with Cowie, right? They keep you in that little box.
Yeah.
Definitely not the case here.
No.
I don't know. Maybe somebody can fact check me, but I've never seen a factory Kawasaki without a factory linkage on it, factory clamps, I guess the X-Trigs, but I've never seen one of the Pro Circuit clamps, and even like the nitrate coating on the lowers, which is a PC thing.
Yep.
Those are basically production forks that you can just go buy.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. And people are like, oh, he threw the kitchen sink at it, blah, blah, blah. I think he's been playing with that stuff a little in the off season as well. Because the other thing that I noticed and that I pointed to was the front brake rotor was also different. So the front brake rotor wasn't the normal KHI rotor, which, I mean, if you look at all the Cowies, they've got the one-off rotors that are straight from Japan.
Yeah.
It had a braking one on the front of it, and I was watching some stuff in the off season, some of the clips that he was posting.
Yeah.
And he had the factory rear rotor and had the Pro Circuit style front one, which leads me to believe that some of this stuff was getting tested a little earlier than what we think.
Interesting.
I don't think the kitchen sink was actually just thrown at this thing.
My thing is like, how do we come into A1 and then completely change our setup a week later? And like we're just coming off of off season, which you didn't do any off season races. So all you were doing was at the test track testing all winter here, or all off season. How are we getting there and just learning this stuff, just throwing this stuff all of a sudden? Like, how is that a thing? I don't understand how we're that far off, because apparently you rode the setup you were on and we're like, yeah, dude, this will work. No problem. I don't know. To me, it doesn't lower my level. It doesn't lower my level of panic. It doesn't lower my level of panic at all.
He looked a lot better.
It was better. I'll give you that. It was better.
It's better. Besides him things again.
But it doesn't change my level of panic at all.
I'm not panicked. I'm looking at it in the light of, like, they are truly, like, if he's asking to do something, they're listening.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Like, I hope it just continues to go in a better direction here. But man, dude, that worries me. That worries me that round 2, we're already doing a complete swap. Because again, it wasn't like, oh, we just made a fork change, or oh, we just made a shock change. We did a whole new set of forks, triple clamps, shock, linkage. Like, dude, that's a lot. And then my thing is like, okay, cool. So now this setup works here. What happens if this setup doesn't work when we get to a different style dirt? Like, what if we go back to Anaheim next week and it doesn't work again?
I mean, I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
You know, if this thing's here to stay, and it's here to stay, and this is just me talking out of my ass a little bit. Just, I guess, thinking, I do ride, people. This isn't me just, you know, just, what do they say, armchair quarterbacking it. So the extra clamp, I've ridden the stock clamp with an extra clamp, and I'm by no means at anywhere near any of those guys' levels, but I could feel a difference where the front end was a lot softer.
Interesting.
And the PC clamp, hang on a second, I'm getting ready to let the dog back in. Maybe he's got some opinion. Hey, you got an opinion on the front end? Huh? Tell me about the front end of the Cowie. No? The PC clamp is a lot more rigid feeling, a lot stiffer of a feel.
Okay.
So I guess I'm thinking, if I'm trying to look at it through Chase's mind and looking at the bike and how I've seen it work, then he needs a softer feel.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for that hard, rigid feel,
Yep.
but he needs the fork and the setup to be softer.
Hmm.
So maybe this allows the setup to be softer,
Yeah.
like in the shims and the valve stack and all that stuff. And then those hard, rigid clamps or whatever they got going on still gives him that rigid feel to his hand.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
Do I sound like an idiot, or does that make sense?
No. It makes sense. Like cause and effect, right? And looking for a feeling, because that's what he really needs. Like that's what Chase has been searching for anyway, is a feeling. So if he can find that feeling, and they changed all that, and that gave him that feeling, and he can continue to develop that feeling here, then okay, that's cool. Like I said, my panic level's still high until I see this work for a couple of weeks, but I'll go with it. I'll be there.
Like I said, I'm just mind blown, or I guess not mind blown, but it's just really good to see that Cowie stepped up and made some really aggressive changes that you've never seen, I don't think, before.
Yeah.
He's basically on a pro circuit bike.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, all right, what do you think of that battle there? The Tomac, Roxon, Lawrence battle there for that whole main.
Well, without Lawrence, I felt like I was watching a man from 2016. I didn't feel like much has changed. Here we are. And, yeah, I thought it was awesome. It just, the cream rises to the top, they always say.
Yep.
And, yeah, the two top dogs were up top, like usual.
Yeah.
Hunter was trying to throw his hat in the ring, and, fuck, man, he looked really good. Hunter, he surprised me in the fact of, like, managing the race jet style.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, Eli, like, I knew he had that in the bag. Like, I've seen that situation way too many times where basically anybody, and I love Ken Roxon, anybody that's sitting behind Kenny knows that at some point in the end of the race, he ain't going to have it.
Yeah. He definitely threw anchor. That's for sure.
And old Kenny, I think, would have been butthurt about it, but new Kenny, like, he's like, yeah, I don't got it. I still got it on the podium.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, like, I knew Eli was just kind of waiting him out. I was excited to see Kenny fight back. You usually don't see him counter back right away, which I think is something a little new for him. And then just Hunter, man, just hanging tough. And then Eli mentioned it after the race, but he truly didn't even know he was that close.
That was wild when he said that. Like, I didn't know he was there. What?
And that's just an experience thing for Hunter as well. He's never been in that position, but he went too early.
Yep.
And we all sat there and said, he just blew his load too early. And we're like, And he says it right on the podium. He's like, yes, he's one of us.
Yep.
No, hell of a race. Like, that race delivered. I got to sit back and watch it again, but I thought that was a really good race.
Yeah, I said in the reaction show that everybody's in trouble here because we've seen Hunter develop over the last couple of years into this 450 guy for outdoors and SMX, and we kind of talked about it last week with the way Hunter rode of like, dude, Hunter rides better when his brother's here. And then watching that last night, I'm like, dude, if he starts figuring this 450 Supercross thing out like all the time, where he's one of these guys battling for podiums here, you put his brother back in the mix too, where his brother can go faster, and all of a sudden it's like we could be in for a boring ride. If Jet can stay healthy, like you could have a Lawrence 1-2 podium all season. Like Supercross, motocross, SMX, it could be those two 1-2, and that would be quite the thing to see.
Yeah, it would be. It definitely would be. But yeah, last night definitely looked a little more figured out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mike looked a little better. He looked more confident. I mean, you got to be pretty confident to go after Eli and Kenny like that. Like those are big dogs, you know. So.
Yep.
And those three were gone. I mean, who got fourth? Not Savachi, but
Sexton.
who got fourth?
Sexton. Yeah. And there was
10 seconds or something on him. So
yeah,
there was
and
a point I thought Sexton was going to get in the mix.
I did too. I have that in my notes of like Sexton's coming like a freight train. Then I had a note of like Hunter's on the move, and like then I had a note of Roxon's on his way back, and it was such a that was a great race last night. That really was a great race all the way around. So,
I agree.
how about so Savachi top 5? That was pretty good. Good start and just running pace. So
Yeah, that was the I guess everybody's talking about during the week, the speed he's showing. So he finally got up front and stayed there the whole main.
yeah.
He's in 4th for the longest time. And where was he on the start? Right about 4th?
Yeah, he was right up there. He had a great start. Absolute great start. So which is killer to
awesome.
Killer to see that. So lots of did you watch
I think
much?
he's a very mental rider as well. So I'm real curious to see how that snowballs.
Yeah, did you watch much press day stuff?
No.
So
I was a bum this weekend. I didn't watch a lot of moto.
So fun fact is I guess Savachi gets these super duper severe migraines where he like can't function, right? Like he just throws up and he can't function or whatever. So I guess like this week he had to go I guess he gets like a Botox injection or something, and that stops him, helps him, whatever. And so I guess he got one at the end of last weekend and had to go get an injection this week, so he didn't get to even ride. I think he only got to ride one day, but just one of those super interesting little quirks about dudes that you're just like, holy crap, that sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, one thing you should put on your radar to watch too, because I'm going to bring a bunch of stuff up courtesy of it. Michael Lindsay's been doing these Vital MX, what we learned on press day type stuff. And that's been super interesting. That's where I learned all about the changes there that Chase made to the Kawasaki. KTM's has a new shock. The factory has a new shock there. The factory for the Red Bull team there. So they have a new shock. I don't believe Husky has it yet. I've been trying to find out.
I don't think so, based on how Mr. Hampshire's looked.
Yeah. And again, shout out to Michael Lindsay. You can go watch his video. He's got way more details than I'm going to have here. But supposedly it was like KTM at the end of last year sat down with WP and was like, look, this is what we're doing. Because I guess they were kind of all over the board last year with who had what. Like, I guess there was some Worx shocks. There was some stock shocks. There was some WP shocks. There was all sorts of stuff. And so they sat down with WP and were like, look, the guys like this, this, and this. And I guess WP basically created an all-new shock for them. And that's what all 3 of them are running now. And it was kind of late that they got it all done, but it is done. So, yeah, so just an interesting thing there. We'll see if it fades, but supposedly they've made some changes that are helping with that. So we'll just see. But
yeah, it all looks like it's going the right direction.
Yeah, so far.
I mean, Dr. E's got 2 of them.
Yeah, which is wild. Like, there's a lot of
any manufacturer he's ever ridden, I've never seen him come out like this.
No. And going from that high, you start of the season for Cooper Webb's not great.
I mean, we've seen this from him though.
Yeah, like I'm not worried. I'm just saying it's not great.
Just because of like circumstantial stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on the podium if he doesn't lock front wheel into Hunter's front foot peg there.
Yep.
And then last night, if there wasn't, I'm gonna call it a racing incident. Sexton didn't go in there and purposely clean him out. Just went in there and rode him high. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I gotta go watch it again. But that same deal. Like I think he's in the fight there until that happens. So.
Yeah, he and I've been thinking and saying this here now is like, let's get to with Webb. You got to get to Daytona. If Webb's within 25 points at Daytona, then we're all right. If he's outside of 25 points, then it starts getting like, ooh.
For me, it's usually the first triple crown.
Oh, okay.
Where I see him start heating up.
Okay.
I believe. I remember the KTM years. He'd get to the first triple crown, and that's where we've seen the infamous finger gun, the OG finger gun.
Yeah, that's true.
Crown, and then he just started rolling.
Yep.
A couple of years, I think it was his next championship year, kind of the same deal. And then last year, similar situation, I believe. Well, I guess he came out swinging at A1, and then he crashed.
Yeah.
But yeah, they went to Glendale for the Triple Crown there, and he won a main there, and then it just started snowballing.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. So we'll have to see. It's not the best look here after 2 rounds, but whatever.
he'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Anything else I can think of? Anything else you can think of with 450s here? Let's see.
Pretty quiet for everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
what about Jorge?
oh, okay. Good point. Yes. So qualifying, I'm going holy shit. Heat race.
Dude, you see that line through the whoops?
Dude, yes. Heat race.
That's something special.
Heat race, I'm going holy shit. Main event, I'm going, oh, okay, we're start dependent. Got it. Cool. Because again, he nails starts, but then if he does miss, which he did in the main, then it kind of was like, oops. And he faded too. He faded because he was ninth.
It almost looked like he did some giving up.
I'm not going there yet. But yeah, I'm not going there yet, but he definitely faded. He was in 9th at one point. I had that in my notes, and then I watched him fade. He was in 11th or 12th, and then all of a sudden he was in 13th, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Monk thinks the same thing. He's like, that looks more normal.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where, I mean, they ask Ian Harrison if somebody did about Prado's result and like, is this more what you expect or whatever? And he's like, we just expect him to finish. We would like him to make it through Supercross. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, they got their eggs in the basket for him to be a bad boy outdoors.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I'd like to hear.
Yeah,
him to be a bad boy outdoors.
This is definitely setting up where like come outdoors if he can stay healthy here. This could be a real thing here. So, watched a press day interview with Christian Craig, and the negative feelings he harbors towards Star Yamaha are absolutely incredible.
Oh, he's still being petty about it?
Well, he said in the interview, and maybe it was Vital, so shout out Lewis Phillips there and the Vital MX guys, if that's what it was, because it may have been them. It may have been somebody else, but I think it was Vital. Anyway, they were talking about last year at this time and how he wasn't even riding, and he goes, yeah, I wasn't riding, but I was sitting there at A1 getting blamed for Hayden getting whatever he got, 5th place, 8th place, whatever. He goes, and then I was sitting in this stadium on the headset and getting blamed for Hayden getting whatever place he got again. And he made it very, very clear. Him and the Degans are good. No problem. It was Star. And I was like, whoa. We're really just that shit. We're just there. Okay. This is how bad that relationship was at the end. Holy shit. So, yeah, blows my mind as to how terribly. But one thing I've been thinking of, and I may have said this before, I may have not. Coker's like related to him, right?
One of them is.
Yeah.
Who went to Triumph?
Yeah, it was Jeremy Coker.
Okay,
So
yeah,
Coker's related. Coker leaves for Triumph, and all of a sudden his relationship with Star goes to shit. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
So
that one passes the sniff test.
So yeah, but I cannot believe, and this is I don't even want to say this is a rough start for Christian Craig. I guess I just kind of shrug my shoulders and go, yeah, this is just kind of what I expect. I mean, he's not on a factory team. He's not on a factory bike. He's kind of in a rebuilding year, and like, I don't know, man. I think we got to look at all these dudes who are in the main event, much like we look at the full field of Formula One, and just go, yeah, these are the best dudes in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
the mindset needs to change. Like, yeah.
I mean,
how they got like the tiers in Formula One were like,
yeah,
Alpine, they get a top 10. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, because it's just like with 20, whatever it was, I did the math. I think it's 23 factory dudes if everybody was healthy. Like insanity. Insanity. That means there's a factory guy that doesn't make the main. Hopefully Mitchell Oldenburg's okay. Have you seen anything on his condition?
Or I think an arm or something. Forkner is okay.
Yeah, that's good. I heard he got discharged from the hospital yesterday. Went there for evaluation, then got discharged. So that's good because I was like, no, Fork. Come on, buddy.
That crash was scarily similar. Have you seen the crash?
No.
It's very similar to what he did onto the concrete, but he went the opposite direction. So basically, he like hung a wheel on. There's a single table.
Yeah.
Hung a wheel on the table, and then his body just kind of folded, and he shot off to the side, just like that one.
Weird.
And we were sitting at dinner, like talking about it, and I'm like, dude, I just don't think he's got the timing to be where he needs to be. He had fucking brain surgery.
Yeah, maybe. Like I think it's better, but I tend to agree with you there. So, okay. So you want to do a formal apology to Jorge before we get off the 450s here?
I did put that in there, but that was a little premature. But no, I was sitting there watching, and I had seen some star videos where guys were doing the rhythm through the whoops, jumping the whoops, and doing the on-off thing.
Yeah.
Like, I had seen that line being set up. Like, I knew those guys knew that line. But I was watching it, and I was like, I wonder if a guy like Sexton or somebody that's very technical and kind of hoppy can skim the whoops. And usually, you know how they hop like 3 out and then just kind of downside the last one into a corner?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, somebody can do that, maybe one early and go on off. And I sure as shit didn't think it was going to be Jorge Prado. I mean, that was beautiful. That was a clip that I watched over and over and over again. So, respect. Maybe it was the bike. I don't know,
dude. Who knows?
But yeah, that's one of those. That's one of those little glimpses.
Yeah,
that tells you like, hey, this is what this guy's capable of.
Yep. Shout out to
so
Pro.
Yes, maybe not a full formal apology. Maybe a little more respect coming back.
Maybe. We still kind of still seems like we might have thrown anchor
respect,
in that main.
I guess respect as a rider. I'm not quite there as a person yet.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Flo Racing. Thank you guys for sponsoring us. If you guys have any small bikes out there, PW 50s, 65s, etc., make sure to check them out. ProFlowRacing.com. Also, if you want to get a badass PW50 built for your kid, they do that also. And shout out to the Armory for Reload Rant here. I don't have a rant. Cole, you have a rant this week?
A little bit, I guess.
Okay.
The new rules in the rule book. I screenshotted this because I wanted to bring this up.
Okay.
So to me, it's a lot like, and I don't know about you in school, but did they have a demerit system?
No.
So basically, demerits were like, I don't know, you get to 10 points or whatever, and then you get disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
And then they reset after each quarter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the way I'm looking at this licensing point deduction thing is like, Degan's not, let's use Degan for an example.
Oh, boy.
He's not going to get anything done to him until he gets to like 8 points, right?
Yeah.
And it said like the max penalty for like a takeout or something like that. I saw was 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like 10 points with last gate pick. So to me, I'm looking at this, I'm like, dude, he can clean somebody out 3-4 times, go ha ha ha, and then get through the season, and then it resets. You know what I mean?
Well, hold on. Now it doesn't reset.
You can start playing the game.
Yeah. Now it doesn't reset at the end of the season. It resets literally year to date. So, for example, he got his first one, whatever it was, the 11th of January or whatever there. So his points won't reset until like the 11th of January next year.
Okay, well then he can play the points game and like he can be picky and choosy and he can use one up, I guess. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's a perfect system still. I like that we're trying something different, but it's not a perfect system. Um
They gave Vince Freeze 2 license points for not moving over to the blue flag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a pretty nice one though. I do like that.
I was gonna say, yeah, that. So there's lots of different things with it. I've listened to a couple things of Pelletier kind of explaining it. So it can be things like if you skip your TV interview, any sort of misconduct, either on the track, off the track, or with officials or anything like that, or like. One of the things I think about when they talk about that is like I think about Jason Anderson grabbing Jet's helmet, and I think about there was 3 points for sure. So yeah, so things like that. So I mean I like it. I'm willing to give it a go here and kind of see how it works. Now I do agree with you that yes, you get to 10 points and then it's like okay, cool, you get last gate pick and then you get I mean the real kick in the nuts is if you were to somehow get to 15, then it's like you lose 10 points, but it's like how many dudes would ever get to 15, you know? And again,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you can do some shit and kind of play the game.
yeah, and you could like blast a guy 5 times then at 3 points apiece before you get a 10-point deduction.
Yeah, like I'm thinking in high school it was like, situational is like, all right, well if I skip lunch it's 2 points. Like I can afford that. I ain't going to lunch or I'm skipping this class or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I don't know. That's where I'm at with that. I
Yeah.
guess it's not really a rant, but
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple other things I wanted to kind of touch base with you here. Did you see the Jet and Santos Studios like shoe release there?
I saw the shoe. I saw it briefly scrolling through, and then I didn't really look into it because I'm not really, I guess, for lack of a better term, super horny about Santos Studios.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't pay a lot of attention to it. Like, maybe it's like a band shoe or something like that, maybe. But I don't know. The Santos Studios thing's just too. I don't even know.
That's
like a G-Wagon. It's too G-Wagonish for me.
Yeah, it's like it seems I don't hate on it. I love the fact that there's that going on, but it's almost like too classy for Moto, I want to say. Like
I don't even think it's classy. It's almost like wannabe Gucci, right?
yeah,
They're like they want to be like a Gucci brand, but will it ever get there?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's my question too. Cause like I looked at the shoes, I was like, okay, cool. I've been on the Santos Studios website and like looked at the clothes and stuff, and like, yeah, they're okay.
Look,
There's a couple T-shirts that's like cool. Yeah, dude, I'd buy them, and they're not. I don't even want to say Gucci brand. I don't feel like they were that outrageously priced either, but
just the style of it, this designer-ish. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's awesome that they're a part of that, and maybe that it can reach outside of the sport here a little bit,
yeah,
and letting them express their own style.
yep.
But that style's not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there were some T-shirts in there that I was like, okay, cool. I could buy these and wear them if I wanted to. But again, I don't. Yeah, it's just not something that I'm gonna put high on my list. When I have some disposable income, which will be years from now, then I probably won't want them anyway. So whatever.
Right.
Okay. Other thing. Again, shout out to Michael Lindsay on that Vital MX report on Friday there. Supposedly both Jet and Shimoda are ahead of schedule here with their healing process. So Shimoda is possibly going to race East Coast. Possibly, I guess.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. And absolutely wild. The thing I was obviously way more horny about, as you would say, is that Jet is supposed to be weight bearing on that ankle next week.
Yeah. Yep.
Which weight bearing on that ankle next week, I mean, yes, it's not riding yet, obviously, but weight bearing. What are we now? 3 weeks in? We're gonna be 4 weeks in, maybe 3, 4 there. Versus they were saying 3 to 4 months. I mean, if he's weight bearing next week and he's, we'll call it riding by
Daytona.
end of February? Do we see him come out in March? Like,
I don't know. It just depends on what kind of. I guess the only thing that's in it for him is getting back into race pace or trying to go after this McGrath thing and just racking up race wins.
Dude, I'll be honest. After only winning one last year and being out, whatever it was, 3 races in, dude, I have to think there is a bit of him that's like, dude, I need to get back on Supercross and show these boys I still fucking got it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a little bit of that.
Because there's definitely been a lot of talk of like, dude, this is now going to be 2 Supercross seasons in a row. Like, these guys can't take that much off and come back and still run with the boys, like blah blah blah, whatever. So there's definitely been a lot of that talk, and which I'm sure the guys in his camp too are like, look, dude, like this is a lot of injury time here. Like, I don't know. I feel there has to be some sort of conversation being had of like, yeah, bro, like we probably, if we can here, if we're not rushing it, we probably should come back and do some Supercrosses. Maybe that's just wishful thinking on my end, but I have to believe there's some of those conversations going on.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that.
Which, dude, I mean, you want to talk about seeing me all horny? Let me see Jet go out there and get a couple SX wins here to round out this year. So.
Oh yeah, we know you're just a big old homer.
Plus, I think the other thing too to think about, dude, that is now being thought about by these guys would be SMX points to come in as the red plate holder to the SMX playoffs.
Yeah, forgot about that already.
So, like, yeah, if this was years past, yeah, I'd say he probably just sits out, gets ready for outdoors, whatever. But again, too, like, I don't want to get too amped up on it because like I said, I do think it's very dependent here on how the weight bearing side of it goes. But the fact that, like I said, we're a few weeks in here and it's like, ooh, he's going to be weight bearing next week. He's way ahead of schedule. Wait, what? Excuse the F out of me. Let's, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. And 2, I mean, if Hunter stays in this kind of points race too, do you bring him back to help?
Yep, I was just gonna say that too. We got a little bit of help.
Yep.
A little bit of spoiler action.
Yep. 100%. So,
that'll be good. That'll be cool.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to talk about from the week here in Moto?
No, I don't think so. One of the big things I just wanted to touch on was the Sexton thing. I thought that was pretty interesting to me.
Yep.
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
My wig is still a little blown back from the Prado video. Do the whoop. I am gonna go to bed thinking about that.
That's weird. Cool.
Charlie Cannon looking good.
Who?
Did they have a women's racer interview?
Yeah, but it wasn't the normal 3 girls.
No, it was Charlie Cannon, the Australian one.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I got in a big debate with.
I just want to say.
I got in a big debate with my wife yesterday about that because it was brought, like we were watching qualifying while we were having lunch or whatever, and it was brought up of women racing Supercross and motocross, and I'm like, well, they can, and they were like, oh, well, you know, she was like, well, why don't they? And I was like, well, dude, let me just be very blunt here because women are not strong enough to do it like men. Which then, of course, you know, I got the, oh, well, that's BS. I'm like, no, it's not, man. I've watched it. I've watched these girls that would make me look fucking dumb on a dirt bike. Vicky Golden,
a few of them out there.
Yeah, Lala Turner, all of them. All of these girls are fantastic. Like, they all are great riders. But they just don't have the strength to be at the tip of the spear, or the tip of the, spear with these pro Supercross and motocross guys. It's like the WNBA teams losing to the boys' high school teams. Like, sorry, you just don't have it. So, and again, it's no slight at them. Those girls are amazing riders. They'll make me look really stupid. Most of them would make you look dumb on a motocross track, but you just don't have it for the absolute pinnacle of the sport. and we've watched it. I mean, you can go back and watch, and yes, you get Jordan Jarvis there, or like I said, Vicky Golden. Like, yeah, they qualify and make it in as alternates every once in Blue Moon. One of them will sneak in an outdoor moto type stuff, but like outside of that, they just don't do it, dude. They just can't. They can't. So there we go. Now the feminists will come for me in the comments too. This is going to be great.
Can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. So, all right, brother. Well, hey,
I got one last question.
Okay, go ahead.
Before we close the show.
Okay.
Does Sexton have one coming back from Webb?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%. So, yeah, he's got one coming from Webb. There's lots of this shit going around out there.
Perfect. Look forward to it. We're off to a good start.
Me too. You gonna be in studio next week?
No, I will be actually at Anaheim too.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Are you flying back Sunday, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so I'll be traveling all day Sunday.
Okay. So maybe we'll get you to call. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you calling in tonight, and we will chat with you later, brother.
Sounds good, fellas. You guys take it easy.
Yep. Later. All right. That's Cole, everybody. All right. And that's basically been show 324. I want to thank you all for joining us. Thanks to our sponsors there, Gutter Worx, Complete Racing Solutions, The Armory, TLR Coatings, Flo Racing, Alias MX, Adept Creative Co., and Nano Extreme, all on board with us. Make sure to check them out. Links in the description down below. Thanks to all of our members who have been in the chat here tonight. Patrick, David, Jeff, let's see, VG Sykes in there, Dreadful XR. I hit everybody that was in there. I think so. Oh, Ralph was in there way back in the beginning. I want to thank you all for being members. If you guys want to join the members area and watch the stupidest motocross podcast on the internet, be recorded live here on Sundays, make sure to go join the members area there. And with that being said, we'll be back next week with the full gamut of shows. Hopefully it won't be such a shit show for the main show itself, but I'll see what I can put together. And, yeah, we will see everybody on the... Seth, thanks for coming in.
Yep, I'm here.
You're here.
Guys,
I'm
here.
Me and Seth in studio here. So,
I exist.
all right. Thanks, everybody. Hit the outro. Just want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this kind of content and you want to see the full show, it's linked right here. If you guys want to make sure that you never miss an update, you never miss a show, a live stream, a bike build, or anything that we're doing, make sure to hit that subscribe button there and make sure to turn on notifications with the bell. If you want to join our members area to help support the show, that's greatly appreciated too. And you can check us recording things live that other people in the general public don't get to see. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you all on the next one.